the frail and drunken old man named Fluter unearthing someone's religiously marked grave. He eventually pulls out the person's skull, releasing white smoke and physically throwing him back. The scene then cuts to a teenage boy named Kelly shopping at a local convenience store, where he runs into his childhood friend and crush Dominique. Kelly makes small talk with her before heading out the door. Kelly is cornered by his longtime bullies, Nelson, Reed, and Brad, who pick on Kelly for eating paper and styrofoam. Seeing Kelly being troubled by the boys, Dom comes to his rescue and warns them to back off. This upsets the boys, and they shove Kelly's face in the trash bin. The commotion attracts the attention of the store owner, and she, Bernice, approaches him while he is still surprised and asks him to come to her house and heal her child. When he goes to get her car, a red elk approaches him and offers to help him get rid of his healing talents. During this period, she is obtaining her car. When Fluter continues to refuse, Red Elk attacks him, but instead of hitting him in the face, Red Elk hits himself. It has been discovered that the drug Fluter obtained from the indigenous tome protects its host, implying that anyone attempting to kill Fluter would be ineffective. Red Elk warns him that overdoing the medication's potency may result in his death, but he disregards this warning and carries on to Kelly's house nonetheless. He is surprised by the sense of tremendous electricity after touching Kelly and instantly draws back. Kelly, much to Dom's disgust, tells him that he wishes to leave town. After that, they kiss, and both of them realize that something isn't quite right, but they don't give it any consideration. Kelly returns to the same cemetery after Dom has departed to pay her respects at Fluger's grave. He became unwell and puked up instantly after ingesting a wild plant that was growing on it. Sarah keeps a safe distance and watches everything that is going on. Officer Adler then takes Kelly to social services and speaks with him about the accident. Kelly manages to flee Adler's racing car and covertly follows Nelson and his friends to the river. While Nelson and his friends are having fun throwing stones at Tucker while he is swimming, Tucker takes off his shirt and goes for a swim. Kelly nibbles on a piece of Tucker's shirt that she ripped off. He then ties himself with his shirt, making it impossible for Tucker to breathe and float at the same time. The others, including Nelson, stand there terrified as Tucker drowns. Nelson makes an attempt to save him, but fails. Kelly then openly admits to killing Tucker when Reed is overtaken with panic and flees the area. Kelly then steals Nelson's clothes, but Reed arrives with Officer Adler, forcing Kelly to depart the scene. The guys tell the cops that Kelly is to blame for Brad's death, but the cops don't believe them. Instead, they believe that the guys are to blame for their friend's death that night. When Kelly approaches Dom's window, he informs her about his intention to seek retribution for his mother's death. Dom urges him to try to get Nelson and the others to confess instead of murdering them. Kelly is taken aback when he informs her about his plot for vengeance. Kelly nods, and the two of them have a passionate kiss. Kelly approaches Tony in his chemistry class the following day, attempting to agitate him on purpose in order to force him to confess to murdering Bernice. Nelson is able to calm Tony down, but when Tony's girlfriend Sarah is mocked by Kelly, he loses it and throws acid in Kelly's face, causing him to burn himself. He screams in anguish before dropping to the ground, where he dies while still enraged. Sarah uses a kick to hit Kelly in the crotch, but she injures herself in the process. Dom is taken aback when the teacher comes with Adler. Kelly goes missing for the second time, causing officials to postpone her classes until she is found later that evening. Sarah, devastated, heads to Nelson's house to discuss their plan for extracting vengeance for Tony's murder there. Nelson hears about the vine in the cemetery that caused Kelly to get sick rapidly, and she notes that Whitcomb's pickup truck carries the chain that the bullies used to destroy Kelly's trailer. Adler asks Nelson and Reed about it, but they both say they are ignorant of its existence. Kelly appears at the practice soon after, carrying an electric drill and having already swallowed a piece of Nelson's shirt. Nelson, on the other hand, is well prepared, reaching into his knapsack to retrieve a glass cylinder holding cannabis juice from the graveyard. Despite Adler's pleas to Kelly, Kelly continues to drill into his knees, forcing Adler to drill into Nelson's knee. Even though Nelson is in tremendous pain, Kelly will not stop until Nelson admits to murdering Bernice. Kelly understands she can no longer take advantage of the situation when Dom comes and stops. Nelson knocks Kelly to the ground after spraying the cannabis juice on her. Whitcomb then snatches Adler's handgun and shoots Kelly, but in the following fight, he kills himself as well as Nelson. Dom makes many efforts to get Kelly to give up his skills since he does not like the way Kelly conducts himself. Despite Kelly's doubts, Adler persuades him to join him, Red Elk, and Dom to the cemetery. Dom offers Kelly a kiss to give him strength during the ritual that Red Elk and Adler are performing. Soon later, Kelly starts trembling violently, and Dom requests that Red Elk cease the shaking. They are encircled by police officers and told to keep silent. Kelly is fatally shot by a police officer as he tries to run, killing Dom as well. When Kelly wakes up in the back of the ambulance at the conclusion of the film, we find that Dom obtained the power from her. Thanks for watching. Watch another video.